Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breech coming to you here, sitting on my tailgate, relaxing a little bit. Today's my last day off before the big Wrestlemania trip. Today's Thursday. I'm counting down till Wednesday when I'm going to be taking off and doing all the things that we do on these big Wrestlemania trips. They're one of the funnest things that there are in the world. This morning, I kicked off this morning by going to the gym like I normally do, and from there I just had some little chores to do. I think I got just about everything done that I needed to get done today. It's just I got let me see, 4 more days of work after today, and then Wednesday I'll be leaving and going to the trip. And trust me, every day from here on out is going to be a countdown. I don't think I got any closers. I think I got like all sort of like mid shifts. 9 to 6, 8 to 5 sort of deals. So those days go by real fast. It's those closers that really tick by, and man, it takes forever for those days to do it. But I'm really excited to go on this trip. Everything's just about finalized. As long as I don't know, AAA Mexico or Lucha Underground doesn't announce a show in the next little bit, I think that we've got all of our plans all set up. I know that everybody's done a video pretty much, and I did a video about a week ago, but I can't wait for this trip, man. It's going to be a ton of fun. Every day something gets added, and it's just crazy to think that this thing's going to be here before long. Wednesday, I'm going to leave my house around noon. It's a big change of plans because in the past few years, most of the time I have to wake up at 4 in the morning and head over to the airport, get checked in, get on like a 6 o'clock flight, and fly to the East Coast. And it's a little stressful on that last night, because I sit there and I wonder about the things that I've packed in my luggage. So the first thing I'll do is I'll rip my luggage apart and make sure everything's in there, and just sort of counting how many pairs of underwear, how many pairs of socks, if I got my Ric Flair figure, things like that. Last year, I can't remember what happened, but something happened as I was doing one of these frantic unpacks, and I ended up taking out volume 2 of my encyclopedia and my sweatshirt that I was going to be wearing, and I ended up forgetting those and leaving them behind. But it ended up all being all right, and ended up I didn't need volume 2 in the encyclopedia at all. Everybody I met was either in the first one or they just weren't in the second one either, so it didn't really matter in the long run. But like I've said 1,000 times, this trip is going to be bananas. I'm getting to do just about everything that I want to do. I sort of wish that I'd be able to go to the Wrestlemania deal, but and I sort of wish that I'd be able to go to that NXT show. But it is what it is. We got plans. We got to stick with them. And I think that everything's going to work out in the long run. I've got enough people that are going to be covering all the shows, and I'll be able to watch their videos and be able to talk to them throughout the week and find out what I missed out on. But basically Wednesday, I'll be waking up whenever I wake up. I'll be driving down, leaving about noon. I'm going to go to the airport and pick up Ravi and Miguel. While I'm at the airport, I'm also going to be picking up Zach, and we'll be going and checking in at our hotel. From the hotel, we're going to be driving out to San Francisco, and we're going to be showing Ravi all that San Francisco has to offer. The Golden Gate Bridge, Pier 39, this, that, and the other, whatever pops up along the way. I don't see us coming home from San Francisco early. For bringing somebody to San Francisco and only having a limited amount of hours to be there. It's going to be, a little bit time consuming. I don't know if we want to go to the Full House or the park where the Full House thing was shot. Miguel had mentioned he wanted to go to Candlestick Park. Lots of stuff popping up along the way, and you want to make sure that you don't miss anything, and you don't want to leave anything like, oh damn, what if we could have done that somewhere along the way. So we'll be coming home from there on Wednesday. Thursday we'll wake up. I know I'm going to do first thing is I'm going to head down, check out that breakfast buffet at our hotel, and see if it's up to par. Last year's breakfast buffet at the Drury Inn was 10 stars. You got to make your own waffle. They had a whole cereal bar, sausage. They had the works, fresh fruit. They had drinks and everything that you could want there. Jewelry Inn, 10 stars. Anytime you're in any town, make sure you spend a few extra bucks, stay at the jewelry, because it's well worth it. That was a bargain last year, and it was a lifesaver, big time. Have everybody all in the same spot, heading down there. Thursday afternoon, we'll be going to the Access. Access is always big time fun. Going to be meeting Ric Flair, going to be meeting Roman Reigns, and whoever pops up along the way. Honestly, when it comes down to it, the New Day, Biggie Langston, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston is a group picture that I think is really high on my list. I also would love to meet Alicia Fox one more time. She'll probably be in the Total Diva stand if she's going to be anywhere out there. Roman and Lana would be another group shot to get all at once. I don't know if Lana's going to be there since she's been missing in action on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown with Rusev as of late. But even just to meet Rusev would be one hell of a picture as well. So I'm glad I'm going to Access. Thursday night is up in the air. Whatever happens, happens. Friday is going to be a day we head out to and we go to the Ring of Honor show. Ring of Honor is going to be running in Redwood City. It's in some sort of a soccer complex. When I was calling around when our ROH tickets were sold out, I was trying to see if I could be able to get tickets for my friends because it ended up being that I was the only person who ended up getting a ticket. And I know Mike wanted one, Miguel wanted one, and I was like, I don't really want to go to this show by myself, but I'm the only one who has a ticket to it. So I didn't know if I was going to have to eat it, or I didn't know if, what was going to happen somewhere along the way. But I had bought a $25 general admission ticket, and that ticket was before they ended up saying that it was standing room only instead of general admission. I don't know if that's what happened, but one thing or another, Ring of Honor upgraded my ticket to a third row seat, so I basically got a half price ticket somehow. Me and Miguel are in the same section, we're in the same row, we just happen to be 18 seats apart. Like I said, I paid half the price that it would normally cost to buy this ticket, so if I have to give somebody a beer or a hot dog or I don't know, whatever I have to do, I would love to do it just to sit next to my friend and make that night a little bit more memorable. Mike's going to be there. He's got a ticket in a different section in a different row, but if he, well, HBK Fan 25, as you guys might know him, but if it's possible that all three of us are going to be able to sit together, I would love to do that as well, whatever it takes to get that done. It'd be awesome to have us all there. Last year at Ring of Honor, when we were all in the same section for general admission, and we sort of just sat up in the bleachers, and some people were really into the show, some people were just waiting for the main events like me. It was a really, really fun ordeal. I loved that. That was one of the best moments from last year at WrestleMania, the whole weekend. From there is going to be Saturday. Saturday is going to be a pretty packed day, as we're doing just a little bit of everything. I'm watching my neighbor across the street. Oh, I forgot. Friday we got WrestleCon as well. That still messes me up because, as we were on the East Coast, WrestleCon was normally a Saturday and Sunday deal. You went to it, before you went to WrestleMania. But because of the early start for WrestleMania, they're going to be doing a Friday event where you can go there. I don't really have the names finalized of who I'm going to be meeting, but it's going to be one hell of an ordeal. Lots of big names. Saturday morning we'll be going over to the WrestleCon event as well. With WrestleCon, you just sort of you pay one price to get into the door, and then a whole bunch of vendors and companies bring people there. There's also, a huge merch table from highspots.com. Highspots is going to be bringing Excalibur, and he's going to be selling a table of PWG DVDs. Lots of companies come there and sell their wares and make tons of money because fans come packed and ready for action to buy magazines, books, DVDs, T-shirts. Last year, one of the coolest stands was the 1 Hour Tease stand, where they had the wrestlers come in. They had Colt Cabana, they had Kevin Steen, Cliff Compton. They had Joey Ryan, Candace, and basically if you just bought a shirt, they would sign and take a picture with you all for $20, the price of a t-shirt. You can't beat that deal. And Miguel still makes fun of me because I went up to meet Kevin Steen at the ROH show, and I just wanted to be cool about the deal, and I could have met him for $20 at the ROH show, but if I just waited a day and met him at WrestleCon, I could basically get a t-shirt for free out of the whole deal. So that's what we did, and we knocked that out. From WrestleCon, we're going to be going to the Hall of Fame. Nothing really big and spectacular about the Hall of Fame this year. It is what it is, and it's going to be cool to see the Macho Man go in. Kevin Nash, I'm a big fan of. I think he's going to be closing the show, which means I'm going to be missing it. But none of the other names, really jump out at me. I was a fan of the Bushwhackers as a kid, but I sort of put them in the same category as the Demolition. Demolition, one of my favorite tag teams. I've seen these guys at WrestleCon and Wrestle Reunion shows the past few years. And with them being one of my favorite tag teams, would love to get a picture with them. But, they're really old, and the face paint just doesn't cover up how old they are. And I love them to death, but, to get a picture with me in 1990 Demolition, I would pay $100. But just $30 to get a picture with Demolition in 2015 doesn't really work. So the Bushwhackers do the same thing. Being at the Hall of Fame and seeing guys like that go in, it is what it is. I'm really glad that we had a snafu and we only got $40 seats instead of $100 seats, which we would have bought if I would have had my wallet for the pre-sale. That's a mistake that went down in WrestleMania Click history with us, and I'm surprised I haven't got made fun of more for that. The year that Miguel got mixed up on what time the pre-sale started, Miguel and me, I think we'll make fun of him every time we talk to him, even if it doesn't really go along with what we're talking about. From there, we're going to be going to the Kaiju no, I'm mixed up on my days, dude. Kaiju Big Battle is going to be on Friday, seeing the mascots fight. Saturday is going to be after the Hall of Fame, going back to WrestleCon and seeing the WrestleCon wrestling show. Lots of big names are advertised for that, and how they make that show work, I'm not sure, but I remember looking at that show going up against the Hall of Fame last year, really wishing that we could have been there to see the big Colt Cabana versus Jeff Jarrett match. And I talked to Colt Cabana about it the next day at WrestleCon. He said that it was a lot of fun and that I did miss out on a good match, and I just was like, damn, I've always liked Double J. To see him wrestle in that sort of indie atmosphere would be fun. I'm sure that he would play up to the crowd to the nines, much like he did back in the 90s, really healing it up. From there we go to Sunday, which, there's not really big plans. Anything could happen that day because there's really nothing on the books. I know that in Gemini's video he mentioned going out to Candlestick Park and saying goodbye to it. Maybe if we don't fit that in during maybe if we don't fit that in during our trip to San Francisco on Thursday, maybe we head out there and do that again that day, especially when we got more light to take a really good picture. But, like I said, anything could pop up, and any plans could change. So we'll see what fills that gap. From there, we go to WrestleMania. I think we've talked in depth about that over and over again. And then, the big, sad Monday where you finally realize that, this is your last day. You better live it up and do it big. And then you go to Monday Night Raw, and you say your goodbyes. You get all of the cries out, and see what happens from there. I'm sure that we're going to do this again. Me, Miguel, Ravi, and Justin have pretty basically tentative plans for WrestleMania 32 already to basically package up and get a good deal for next year. I'm anxious to see what Dallas will bring us. We'll basically know, three of us know that we're going to be getting the package next year. One of them doesn't know that he's going to be getting the package next year. He's going to be talked into it one way or another. From there, we know that we already have our hotel. We'll more than likely have to plan a hotel to stay in for 2 days before the the package thing kicks on. We're basically gonna have to figure out if we're gonna need a rental car for the week. So we have a little bit of things to plan, but big plans for 31, but it leads to big plans for 32. Make sure we're planning this out before it actually happens. But thanks for everybody hanging out with me on my tailgate today. I had a ton of fun, and we'll see you with the rest of these.